To go ahead and help me put the rubber seal around the glass part here. And our next trick, there's another groove in this rubber seal, and the next trick is to get that groove down over this ridge on this door. And before I do that, I want to clean it up. You can see where it's quite rusty in places and things like that. The other door over here, the fiberglass one, the ridge is a lot thicker, and it would be pretty hard to get that to fit on there. I'm almost thinking this is probably made to have a different size piece of glass or something in it. And I hadn't discounted the idea that you could cut a piece of plexiglass and bolt it right to that thing. But I think for now, what I'm going to do next is take this thing out in the garage there and sand off the rusty spots and coat it with Pour 15 and let it dry. And then after it dries and we got all the rust kind of taken care of, me and Honey Baby will come back and wrestle that glass into there. Once we get that done, we can put it on the Jeep. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now because I got the garage warmed up. It's warm enough to do some painting with, so we'll go get that out of the way. Well, I brought that door out here, and I'm not overly pleased with some of what I saw. I sat it up here on top of the fender. The nice thing about having an old Jeep is you don't have to, I ain't worried about scratching it or anything. But there's a spot like this one right here where the rust, this is basically, these things are made out of two pieces of metal that are pressed together, and the rust has grown in the middle to the point where it's spread this out. And this needs to be dealt with some kind of a way, possibly even cut out and have that little section reworked and welded back in there. The rest of it I could sand on and coat it down with some Pour 15 and make it work. But this part right here, for one thing, that glass, that's never going to fit in that glass, and even if it did, it's full of rust. When you move this door like this, it sounds like a rain stick from all the rust that's floating around inside of it. That's kind of a problem. So I got a good bit of work to do with this. Oh yeah, and also the bolts are broke off in the hinges. See here, there's 4 holes and there's 3 bolts broke off in them, so that's kind of a problem too. So I don't want to start grinding and cutting and welding out here today with this fresh, paint in the back of the Jeep there, because if I do, I'm going to have grinding dust falling all in that, and that's going to give it a whole new character that I'm not sure I want to have. So I think what I'm going to do is just leave everything be, let that get dry, ponder that, and I'll either come back to it and fix that one, or I'll contemplate maybe, it might be just as well run and find me a big piece of plexiglass and make me a plexiglass window for that fiberglass door. I don't know. I'll consider it.